Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 12 of On Air. Today, we are getting a special tour of Michelle Montjoy's personal art collection of regional artists. And I'm really excited to learn more about who she has in her house, the stories behind them. But before we dive in, I want to give our community shout out to Sushi Lounge. They're open for takeout and they're excited to launch a new brand of online ordering, pickup, and delivery system. So visit their website. Victor will share that with you. And then also, I want to let everybody know that we are doing a really special event next week, Tuesday. We're presenting We're Giving Back Tuesday, an afternoon of free programs in our beloved Lux community in honor of Giving Tuesday, now happening on May 5th. And our event will be from 3:30 to 7:30 p.m. Explore your creativity, support the environment, enjoy live entertainment, and more with a series of programs provided to you by Lux with support from our community partners. In an effort to give back to our community in these trying times, every donation made to Lux during our We're Giving Back Tuesday event will be a donation of the same value will be made by private donors to the San Diego Food Bank. Check our website for more details for this free event in support of Lux and San Diego Food Bank. Now, I would like to move over to Michelle Montjoy. She's our regional artist, a wonderful installation in our Brandes Gallery that you can drive by, come see. It will be up for 2 more weeks. And I also encourage you to ask your questions. If anything comes up, now is the time to talk to Michelle. So put them in the Q&A. And Michelle, I would like to go over to you now. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks. Hey, let's see if I can wing this and figure it out. I'm just a tiny little thing on the screen there. Anyway, welcome to my house. Trying to get me to the, there we go. I thought I wanted to just, Husha was asking what might be interesting programming, and I have been collecting and trading and swapping and been gifted a bunch of amazing art from a lot of my friends that live in San Diego County and beyond. And so I thought it might be fun to just take a walk through my house. You can pretend that you're at a party of my house. So as soon as I learn how to flip, I'm gonna start with this piece right here. This is one of my more recent acquisitions. This is Ann Mudge. And I got this at the Quint at her last show. She is not just an amazing artist, definitely has influenced me a lot. And she calls this the Jimmy Durante nose. I know there's a more official title for it, but I love that piece a lot. And I'll see, let's go down there like that. I'm gonna be up in my camera skills here today. Right next to it, I have a piece by Carrie Minicle. She's another incredible artist and also my neighbor and dog walking partner. I got this at Link Soul, the Hill Street Country Club gallery, when she and Lisa Corona and I had a show together there. And so, of course, I had to buy this piece, which I absolutely love. And you're gonna have to forgive me because titles and working titles and things I call pieces of art and all that sometimes escape me. This is in a, I believe it's a waxed fabric that she's got going there and a bunch of beautiful pieces there. Coming around here, we're gonna be dancing through the light a lot. Right here in the middle, I think you can see that lovely little whale. That's by my dear friend Bill Feeney. You're gonna see a lot of his work here because we swap work all the time. But that's a new piece that hangs right over my dining room table. I have this really cool little window frame here, and I put a lot of little pieces in here. This is one, let's see if I can get this, that Lynn Suschultz made me. I'm gonna bring this down. Oh, see, and what's also great about collecting art is you get to touch it yourself. So, as opposed to when it's in places, but it's a gorgeous little piece if you can see that. Beautiful there, a hook on a plane, and a little macadamia nut at the front that was probably from my yard. Yep. Here's a little pillow that Anna O'Kane gave me. I think she told me it was rolling around in her car for a really long time. But I love a little ceramic pillow. I got these chicken feet, and you'll see why, at the auction for museum school. I think it was a museum school auction. And they're gorgeous ceramic by Belize. Stay, I believe. I'm going to mess up people's last names terribly, but I love these chicken feet, and you're going to see the reference to why. Some of these are also little figurines that my daughter gave me. Over here, we have a piece by my friend Joe Perez. Joe, I met when he and I were both in Bill Feeney's class at Palomar. We took a couple of really epic trips to earth art sites, and this is Lightning Field. You're not supposed to take photographs, but yeah, it's this gorgeous photograph of Lightning Field, which is in Quemado, New Mexico. You can see that, and this is really tough with the reflections, but I think you can get the idea. Oh, it even looks like the lightning rods are flickering. If you ever get a chance to travel out to that, I highly recommend it. Then here in my kitchen, I have down here, Christian Garcia Olivos. I got that at Visual Arts Gallery. Yeah, that's what it's called, over on 30th Street in North Park. And then right up here is a piece by my dear friend Bhavna. She and I swapped for this. I'm pretty sure this might have been, yeah, it is. It's the one I swapped for her. Gorgeous piece with her embroidery in it too. So now we're gonna make the big switch. This is my kitchen, getting to see the kitchen. Over here is a piece that I also got at that auction at Linksoul, and that's by Jeffrey Cunningham, who is also my neighbor, also Carrie Minicle's spouse, and one of the co-directors of the Linksoul Hill Street Country Club Gallery, which is here in Oceanside. I get a lot of my work there. It's really an amazing local resource. So here's the wide view, and you know, whenever you want to have your show in a gallery, you like to have all this space around it, but when you have it at your house, you just pack it in, you know, because I have so much art, I don't want to forget things. This is a banjolele that my husband made. He's been taking a class over at Palomar. I think that's just gorgeous. Things I'm going to skip are probably mine, but that's fine. Over here, let's see, I gotta start. Colby Jackson, I have a number of his pieces. He is over at Palomar. He's been a fixture there for decades and makes all this gorgeous bronze and ceramic work. Here's another piece of his. These are the heads that he's mostly known for. That one's actually a bronze. This is a piece I bought at, believe it or not, the LA Art Fair, probably a couple of decades ago, and was for a project that the artist would put together work and then sell off pieces of the work, and then it would fund the next artist, which I thought was a really great model. Right down here, here's my Claudia Cano there. I got that at, I was either the museum school, it was at Bread and Salt, but it was either the museum school or it was the auction for all of our friends who had cancer, that big fundraiser there. I love that piece. This one is Bill Feeney also. This is one of my, it's funny, you know, all the t-shirts that I cut up and roll. He, of course, rolled it into a perfectly smooth ball and then pinned it all together. Quite funny. That there is Anna O'Kane. Love that. Bunch of great stuff. This is my friend Roger Cray. He's a wood turner and makes these gorgeous tops, and those were just a fun little gift he made us for Christmas. He makes all kinds of incredible stuff. The piece with the bees is Joe Perez. Those bees are probably 20 years old now. I can't believe they're still staying there. Hope this stuff is showing up okay. It's so gorgeous. This here is a piece that was made for, it was a magazine called The Thing Quarterly, and it was a sculpture magazine, and every quarter you would end up getting an object. And of course, I ended up signing up for it the very last quarter that they ever had it. It doesn't happen anymore. But these dice are ceramic. They're made by Atelier Dion, who are amazing ceramic artists up in the Bay Area. And they're also really good friends of my friend Joe. So I got that lovely set of ceramic dice like that. This here, that's Sasha. I was just watching her on the bread and salt talk that they were having. I swear, I think these crystals are still growing, but I'm not sure. I love this piece. The story behind this piece is hilarious because she had just curated me into a show at Palomar, and she had this show at Bread and Salt where I got this. And on the very same day I bought her piece at Bread and Salt, she bought my piece at Palomar. So we kind of laughed about that. This here is actually a work in progress. I just got this piece. I have been spending most of my check from the government on art. I think that's the best way I could do with it. This is underneath this is a beautiful print by Scott Davis, and it's so fragile. And I know it's of the Anza-Borrega Desert, and I saw it on Instagram, and I got it, and it came in this unbelievably gorgeous packaging. And I don't have a good enough frame for it right now. And I didn't want to touch it because it has this incredible velvety black. So for this today, I thought, well, I'm just going to show his packaging because I thought that was such a great little thing. Here we've got a few of my ceramics. I took a class with Ryan Bulis over at Palomar also and learned a ton while I was there. I think I got all that up there. This I also just got, that I got at the Bread and Salt just recently. That's Andrew Alcacid. I remember when he was doing these at the Athenaeum. Gorgeous, gorgeous prints. And you can see this hovering little blue edge that's just amazing there if my camera wasn't putting a shadow on it. That's a beautiful piece there. So excited to have one of his. This here is a friend of mine that I met at an artist residency in Idlewild. It was called Painting's Edge. His name is Chris Kaler, and he's at Eastern Illinois University. He's the chair of the department there. The funniest story about this is that he came and stayed with us and borrowed our car to go out somewhere, and on exiting our driveway, he hit our one car with the other car, which was quite embarrassing, I'm sure, but he ended up giving me a piece of art for it. So hey, all good. This is highly reflective, and I don't know if we'll see this. This is by another artist. She lives in New York City. I was at a residency with her. Her name's Sophie Grant. Gorgeous pencil drawings. Oh, I knew the sun would come out right when this started. But we'll see that like that. This is one of my ceramics here. And down here is another Colby Jackson. That gorgeous chain. He's known for his ceramic chains. There's my hi-fi that I got for $7 at a garage sale. That was a score over there. Okay, over here is a piece that Bill Feeney made our family. My husband and I have the same birthday, and it also happened to be Father's Day that year. And so he made this piece, and each of these boxes holds my kids' teeth and what's left of their tooth fairy money. So we have 3 daughters, and that was a lovely little gift that we got to hold. He had seen all the teeth that were up on the refrigerator, top of the refrigerator in envelopes. So he made us a lovely little repository for the tooth fairy teeth. This is a piece of his right here. I do know the title of this. It's called The Difference Between Love and Lust. This hung at MCA in 2007. I'm guessing on the years. Anyway, he had a really nice show there, and solo show, and that was one of the pieces from that, which I helped him sew those goofy underwear. This is another friend, the same guy that makes the tops. He made these beautiful walking sticks for us. And down here is my dad's bowling ball, which I just love as a little marker. My dad passed away a few years ago. This here's Joe Perez again. He made that when we were at Palomar. And this is a funny story. This is Stephen Curry, who years and years ago I took a workshop from over at Escondido. Amazing painter, always loved his work. He shows at the Quint, or used to show at the Quint a lot. And I happened to be walking through our local estate sale warehouse. We call it the Cow Shop here in Oceanside. And I saw this painting there, and I have not told him this story yet, but it had paper covered back, but I knew it was his work. So I snagged up a painting of his from the cow store. Just quite a funny story. Any questions so far? So this is a piece of mine, long time ago. Got a couple of those in there. We're walking through. This is another piece of mine. It has 1,500 pins in it. Over here, you get to see every year of my family at the Del Mar Fair, the bad hair days, all of it. We grow more kids. Oh my gosh, now they're all adults. So we do this every year. I don't know how we're going to do it this year. Okay, name of the cow store is Estate Sale Warehouse. They have art there and also a ton of furniture, and it's very affordable. It's right on Coast Highway. Good, I saw that picture. So this is the room that used to be my studio only. Now I have another room that I have, but it's still, this is still my studio. So on here is a ton of, this is kind of my thinking wall. This is the table that I work at a lot of times when I'm doing two-dimensional drawing kinds of work. It also has the computer in here, which sucks up way more of our time than we ever want it to. And I didn't even, yeah, you know, desks, that's how they go. But this is a lot of my work on here that I either am still thinking about or working on. There's Alexander's right there. I got that. I'm trying to remember where I got that. I'm pretty sure that was at Hill Street also at an auction there. Some of my old work there. Right here is a piece that I just got in the mail. I'm so excited about. This is my friend Rumi Koshino. She's been walking every single day. She lives in San Francisco. And I met her at Palomar. She was in that wonderful painting class. So she has been walking every day and taking photographs, and then printed these up on a risograph and sent 100 of them out. And I'm just so touched, and I find that is so beautiful. And that's Rumi right there. Check her out. She's an amazing artist. And she teaches in the Oakland school district. She teaches art, which I totally admire. These two I just got. This is a loaf of gold. Oh my gosh. And I actually had Jeffrey go and get them. And they're so profound now. We picked up two of the things there, the pieces there. One was fear and one was acceptance. She had all these different emotions that were there, and those are the two I picked, which I can't even believe how much they are important now. Yeah, there's one of my little divers. Ages ago, I have no idea where this guy went, but I loved this piece. I believe his name was Tim McCormick, and I bought this for probably $25, which at the time was a ton of money for me. And I love that piece. That's traveled around with me to many, many places. Over here, I have this, believe it or not, came in a magazine subscription. There was a magazine called Esopus magazine, and that's a Robert Gober. I mean, it's a print of a Robert Gober, but it was actually the box of the magazine that was pretty cool. This is the show card from my friend Coulter Jacobson's show. He was also one of that Palomar gang. He's up in the Bay Area working there. Another friend, Susie's painting. These are those amazing bulletin boards that get filled with all sorts of stuff. Up here I have a David Fogues. You can see that right there. Yep, I got a David Fogues at Oceanside Museum of Art, was having their teeny tiny art show that benefited all their teaching things. This is Renee Risher. She lives in New York City now. She's doing well, but those are gorgeous pieces. And this is hers also. Oh, here's our friend Claudia again, which I think I picked that up at the Nasty Women show, the cards. I love, that's Rosa. There's Bill Feeney again, one of the drawings for a book that he made. So he gave me that. Like I said, if there's any things that you're seeing that I don't mention, it's usually because it's either mine or it is, or I forgot it. So please pipe in on that. Any questions yet, Victor?
Yes, there is a couple of questions.
Okay.
We have a comment first.
Okay.
Commenting your home, a beautiful home.
Oh, thanks.
So we have a question from Robin. They're asking, what is the name of the cow show?
The cow store, yeah. It's
Sale.
Yeah, Estate Sale Warehouse over on Coast Highway. I actually saw that question pop up. Cool.
The other question is from Jennifer. Gesso and paint can stiffen fabric. Do you do you have a favorite? Sorry.
Yeah.
Stiff. I think she might mean softener. Do you have a favorite softener? Maybe even a natural one?
Softener for fabric. Gesso and paint.
Unless Jennifer does mean stiffener.
Yeah. If she's talking about these pieces, this is what I stiffen and cut through fabric. No, something that will make fabric stiff. Yes,
yeah.
I see that. Yes.
Yeah.
Couple of things. These right here, I use what's called flex gel. I get it from Nova Color, and it still gives it some flexibility, but it does stiffen it a bit, and it keeps it from fraying. The other thing I use, and this is going to crack you up, but I use it. It's called Stiffy, and it is it is designed for like super high level starch. So that's something that works really well. I use that on cotton fabric a lot to make it stiff. So yeah, there's a good tip. Okay, how are we doing with questions? Is that good? I think that's
yes,
it.
those were the questions.
Okay,
Thank you.
Stiffy, yeah, she's laughing. Okay, good. All right, this here is a gorgeous drawing. It's one of my, oh yeah, this is Coulter Jacobson. Again, I met him at that class at Palomar. We all became this big tribe that became a critique group together for about 5 years. And that's a beautiful drawing of his that he actually gave me because he was staying with me when he had a show at MCA. This is mine over here. This is Loretta Kramer. Let me see if I can pull back a little bit there. That's Loretta Kramer, a big print. She's a local artist. She teaches at Sophie's Gallery. And over there's another Chris Kaler. This here's Alejandro. I got that at the Vista City. They had a big show at their city hall. I got that, and that is, I'm going to get closer to that. That's made from all the receipts. He did the drawing on the receipts. You can see that. He's also a Lofus partner, local Oceanside artist, absolutely incredible. So that's a beautiful piece. And I actually just got that up, which I'm so proud of myself for doing. Here's the collection of bones that I think every artist has. I don't know why, we absolutely love bones, but I've got all sorts of really cool bones here, and skulls and hooves and all that. This is a very old piece of Bill Feeney's there. You can get that there. These are some of my books, and I have way more than that. So got lots of books there. These are some of my little sweaters. And this is also what happens when you have a whole lot of art. You do a lot of like stuffing things. Believe it or not, I used to be a painter. It's an old painting of mine, but you stack things up like that. Of course, one of Brian's bananas. I love those pieces. Brian Black of Brian and Ryan. They're there. Okay, now I'm going to walk back to, I think I got everything here now that I'm looking through. I'm going to walk back to the studio because I have a lot more work back there. So here's her, and oh, of course it's bright sunlight, so we're going to be blinded out here. Yeah. So my studio was originally going to be a granny flat for my mom after my dad passed away, but she decided to stay put, so I have adopted it as my studio, which is amazing and beautiful and wonderful, and of course a giant mess, and I even actually kind of cleaned it up a little bit. But I wanted to show you because I have some artist work in here too, stuff that inspires me. I have, this is my new piece from Katie Ruiz, that gorgeous hippies sleeping, I believe. Hippies under a blanket, I think that's the title of it. Yeah. There's Daniel Barron Corrales. He gave me that when he had that at Ship in the Woods. He was doing a piece there at Ship in the Woods. This piece here is Bhavna again, and we're in a show right now at the Cannon, and this piece kind of hovered over me as I was working on the work I was doing for that show, and it was really great to have that kind of conversation going on while we were working. And then of course there's dinosaurs in front and all the spools of thread I've been using while I've been making masks. These are the little maquettes for the Liberty Station piece that I have. There's the chocolate that I eat that gives me sustenance. And then, oh, I see Jennifer. Okay, I'll go over to those knotted ones. Yeah, this is from Brian and Ryan again. That's Brian Black. He did that out at Ship in the Woods. I'll quickly go over just some of the work I've been doing. You've probably seen it on Instagram. These are some of the hankies that I've just been doing in a very immediate way during this quarantine time. Every time you say don't touch your face, you need to touch your face, right? And Patience Grasshopper, if anybody remembers Kung Fu. This is the one I think that probably got the most likes out of the deal. And then they're kind of moving to this. This is one I worked on this week. I don't even know if these are finished yet. So you get to see the stuff that's just coming straight out. This is another one there like that. This one sort of seems, this is an older piece, but it kind of seems, it's about counting. Yeah, so there's a lot of that going on. You could look carefully and see the pieces like that. I'm gonna flip around here and see, I'll show somebody just popped up and said they wanted to see these. These are works that I made out of, that I actually knit, crochet, and some knotting. These I made out of gauze, medical gauze. And I kind of brought those back out. We sort of keep circling around. When I'm working on things, I kind of circle back around to other stuff, but these were pieces, I guess I can't do zoom on this, but I mean zoom closer, but you can get an idea of those there. This is a sock over there like that. And then over here, I bet that's what Jennifer is asking about, are these large pieces, and these are like what's in the Luxe right now. They're made from t-shirts. They're large hanging pieces. This was in Museum of Contemporary Art San Diego, and as part of a grouping that we're hanging there. So in here are paper mache forms that hold that, and then when you look closely, you can see those are t-shirts that I cut into strips and knit together. Knit, crochet, knot, finger weave, all that sort of stuff. In case you wonder where all our stuff is, this is how I keep all my art in bins, thank goodness. And then there's even a space up there that's like that. And I've got stuff stuffed everywhere. These are things for masks. There's other things I'm working on. Oh, here's another Brian and Ryan piece. I got this at SDAI. They had a lovely, what was that? Everybody was making work in a complete frenzy, and you could buy it like $60 or something like that. And they made a print by graphiting up a basketball and bounced it over this stencil that is their mark. This is one of my looms that I use when I'm doing some of the knitting, and especially when I'm doing it with folks. And there's another little one over there. Last Brian and Ryan piece, this was one that they did at To Do. Well, I guess we all did it, but we erased words, and it was a gorgeous, really a performative, wonderful performative piece that was going on. This is another one of those little walls for me that I have that just kind of make me think about things. I've been playing around with trying to make soft things hard, so I was dipping them in slip and firing them and trying out concrete and trying out all sorts of stuff like that. This is another one Andrew gave me, a little lanyap, a little extra something. Those are my chicks out there. That's from Berkeley Art Museum, Resist, Fear, Assist, Love. I love that. And I think I've got it. This is stuff I'm working on. Questions? What did I do on time? Oh, about a half an hour. That's what I was looking at. This is the things I'm working on right now. Long as we're here, I might as well show you the garden and my chicken out here. We have a number of chickens, but I might as well. There she is. She's my buddy right now.
I also, while
Yeah.
you keep talking, Michelle, I want to remind everybody that Michelle also has her artist talk posted on YouTube. So take a look there and really learn more about the work that she does, the stories behind them. And we have an on-air episode, our special Earth Day episode, where Michelle also talked a little bit more about her practice and the ecological stories behind those, as well as a workshop on how to create your own masks. So we have different programming with Michelle, check out.
You have a lot. You have done a lot with me. I know.
Yes.
Sounds good. Okay.
Thank you for,
All right.
being so open and excited
Sure.
and coming up with ideas. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. So any other questions?
Yes, we just got a question
Okay.
come in from Gail. Are any of your family members artists as well?
Interestingly not. Well, I don't know. Interesting. I think it always happens that way. My oldest sister is a scientist and my younger sister is a musician. So we actually think very similarly, but our practices are different. My mom, however, though, was an art ed major in college. And so she definitely kept us going with, every time we went anywhere, we went to museums, she had us always having things to make stuff with. So, but nobody ended up in visual art the same as me.
Oh, well, Michelle, thank you so much for showing us your amazing home, your amazing art collection.
Thanks. I'll
It's
flip
really
over to
nice.
me.
It's really nice to see, art pieces from artists that we all know really well. We've, and I hope to personally get to know better.
Yeah,
the more I
and
get involved.
honestly, I'm going to give the plug now. This is, we are in an amazing community of artists, and we have the opportunity to live with the art. And there's nothing better than spending the time with the work, especially as we're home so much right now, to have that work and to be able to really sit with it and enjoy it over the years. It's really something I can't stress enough how good that is. And it keeps artists, kind of supported, which is great too. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I look forward to, seeing you in
All our
person
next
soon.
things.
Yeah.
All our next things. Exactly. And you have
Yes.
2 weeks to see the show at the Lux. So
Yes.
drive by and see that. And it's been great. Thank you guys. You've been really fun. This has been quite an adventure, I'll say. We'll remember it. Okay.
No, it's been really amazing having you be part of this.
Oh, it's been great. I really appreciate you guys. Okay.
Right.
Thanks, and all
Thank
the
you.
viewers. Thank you. See you
Have
later.
a good day, everybody.
Okay.
Also,
Bye.
tomorrow, I don't have an on-air episode, but we have, in the evening, we have an event with Khan and Selesnik where they're doing their artist talk, a dive into their own personal views, their stories, how they've created, more about their process, and a lot of new content that we have not yet seen on air. So tune in for the studio series tomorrow. And on Saturday, today's Thursday, Saturday, we have the second reading from their book, 100 Views of the Drowning World. This will be their last day in residence officially. So that will be your last opportunity to really ask them any questions that you still have. Michelle, thank you so much.
It's been really fun.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.